We are all now continuing on in episode 7, okay, of the Be Healed book, chapter 3, pages 46 through 53. We thought we would stand up to see how this is.
Yes.
So let's talk about faith and healing, because that's really important, okay? Jesus desires to heal us.
Yes.
Okay? And we have to have the willingness to receive from God.
Yes. And to have our capacity expanded to receive him.
Right. And I think the only way that happens is just to continue to put yourself out there, to continue to ask for healing, to continue to have faith and hope in what you're doing, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And when we're praying, our faith becomes real only when it's put to the test courageously. Did you just say that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But it's important that when we're praying for other people that we have to surrender our own doubts and concerns about what God is going to do, because he's the one that's doing it anyway.
Yeah, I was actually talking to somebody today, and they're like, sometimes I feel self-conscious when I'm praying for people. And then we talked about that's the whole performance-based mentality that we are called to not have.
The reality of it is, Lisa,
Jesus is doing everything.
Yeah, he's doing everything, and he's like a skilled surgeon, right?
Yes.
Who can bring about healing.
Yes.
He can reestablish identity, which we talked about last month, in people, to make sure that they know that they are beloved sons and daughters of God.
Yes. And we have to be willing to step out and take risk, to take a chance, knowing the will of God may be different.
We must recognize that we do not need to do the healing, right? And we must depend on Jesus and leave the results to him. So we're not doing the healing here, people.
No.
Okay?
And I
Jesus,
think
let's keep saying that.
We are not doing the healing.
No, we're not doing the healing. Jesus is.
Yes.
And I'm trying to teach Lisa how to also work the screen.
I
think you can't do
I
that.
tried that, and I tried that.
You have to go over
I got to click on it.
And you have to go
I didn't want to mess anything up.
With the little roller.
Yes.
Okay? All right.
Yes.
So we are right here, Lisa.
Yes. We often see healing ministry as something extraordinary, but it really should be a part of our normal Christian life.
Yeah, and this has really been taking off in the diocese more and more, where there are more healing services, and it should be a very ordinary part of what we do. And just praying for people, just praying for their healing, just praying for their well-being, just praying for their spirit and their soul and its goodness. All of these things should be a very ordinary part of what we do.
Because look at Acts of the Apostles. That's what they were doing the whole time, like preaching and praying.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think one of the challenges is for you who are in this class to be more active in seeking people out and really praying for them.
Well, just in conversations, like if you're having a conversation with someone and they express some sort of trial or some sort of great joy, then you can always say let's pray about that.
And we should. And the more you do this, the more you'll get comfortable with it.
Yes.
And honestly, the better the Spirit will work through you in that.
Yes.
Okay? And we have to remember one thing, Lisa.
Yes, what is that?
I was going to let you read the last line.
Often the greatest, that one?
Yes, that's the last line, Lisa.
Often the greatest healing is
But you're not supposed to sound like it's the last line.
Deacon Dave, let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Often the greatest healing.
It's not the physical one. Yes.
But one of rediscovering one's identity.
I hope that the speaker can pick that up, right? Because
why don't you repeat that for us?
One of the greatest healings is not physical, okay, but it's rediscovering one's identity, which we talked about last
time. Yeah.
So listen, month 1 you pray for someone, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe you pray for healing, which is month 3,
right?
And as a result of that, they realize month 2, which is their identity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think so often we have to be careful, when we're praying for people, that if we start to have expectation, it's good to have expectant hope.
Expectancy.
But expectation
is
right. I think the expectant hope is that God is going to heal us the way we need to be healed. What do you think?
Well, expectant is knowing God hears us and is going to answer the prayers. Now, how he answers them is up to him.
Right.
But we have that right. But we expect him to
do something.
Yes.
And even if we don't physically experience anything, he's still doing something.
Yeah. Whereas I think if an expectation is okay, I'm expecting God to do this specific thing, and that's what we should not do.
You like leaning on that table, don't you?
I do, because I can't stand up straight or anything.
Well, I'm Deacon Dave.
Well, I'm Layperson Lisa.
See you next time.
Bye.
Where are we going? We're supposed